Welcome to our channel History of Coins, where we explore the hidden gems of numismatics. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of U.S. state quarter-dollar coins, as some of these coins are rare and can make you rich overnight. In this video, we are gonna uncover the rarest coins and their values. So make sure to watch the complete video and find out if you have one of these. Now let's continue our today's video. Top 1 today, we're diving into one of the most captivating coins from the United States Mints America, the beautiful Quarters series, the 2015 Kisatchie National Forest Quarter. What may seem like an ordinary coin at first glance actually hides incredible rarity, fascinating minting errors, and an astonishing value that could surprise even the most seasoned collectors. The Kisatchie Quarter celebrates Louisiana's only national forest, a sprawling sanctuary of pine forests, wildlife, and beautiful landscapes. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find a detailed image of the Louisiana pine snake, a rare and elusive creature native to the region, nestled among the forest's pine needles. This design perfectly captures the unique ecology of Kisatchie National Forest and reflects the delicate balance of nature. The artistry on this coin makes it stand out in the America the Beautiful series, but its true magic lies beneath the surface. Collectors and coin enthusiasts have been especially fascinated by the 2015 Kisatchie Quarter due to a variety of minting errors that make some of these coins incredibly rare and highly valuable. Mint errors can occur during the manufacturing process, turning what should be a common coin into a unique collectible, sometimes worth thousands of times more than face value. One of the most sought-after errors on the Kisatchie Quarter is the double die variety. This error happens when the coin is struck twice by the die, but with a slight misalignment. The result? A shadow or doubling effect on the coin's details. On the Kisatchie Quarter, this doubling can appear on the words Kisatchie or Louisiana, and even on the delicate pine needles and snake scales. Under magnification, the doubled features create a ghostly, layered appearance that immediately signals something special. Coins with clear double die errors are rare and can fetch significant premiums from collectors. Another remarkable error is the off-center strike. In these instances, the coin's design isn't properly aligned when struck, causing parts of the image to be cut off or shifted. Some Kisatchie quarters have been discovered with a noticeably off-center image, where the snake or the pine needles are partially missing or compressed. The more pronounced the off-center strike, the more valuable the coin becomes, especially if the coin remains in excellent condition. Planchet errors add another layer of intrigue to the Kisatchie Quarter's rarity. Occasionally, a quarter may be struck on an incorrect or defective planchet, the metal disc used before the coin is stamped. These errors might involve wrong metal composition, clipped planchets, or even missing edges. Such mistakes are exceptionally rare and can dramatically increase the value of the coin. Die cracks and cuds are additional errors that collectors actively seek. These flaws occur when the minting dies develop cracks or chips, resulting in raised lines or blobs of metal on the coin's surface. Each die crack is unique, making every affected coin a one-of-a-kind collectible. For the Kisatchie Quarter, these imperfections often appear around the edge of the coin or near the intricate design details, adding to the coin's character and rarity. Spotting these errors requires patience and a keen eye. If you want to check your Kisatchie quarters for these valuable anomalies, use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe in good lighting. Examine the lettering closely for doubling, especially on Kisatchie and Louisiana. Look carefully at the snake's body and the pine needles for any signs of doubling or distortion. Also, check whether the design is perfectly centered or if parts of the image seem cropped or shifted. Condition plays a massive role in a coin's value. Even a rare error coin will be worth much less if it's heavily worn or damaged. That's why many collectors seek coins in mint state condition, those that look as if they just came out of the mint. Professional grading services can verify and certify a coin's condition, which often leads to a much higher market price. Now, the moment you've been waiting for. The value of a rare 2015 Kisatchie National Forest Quarter with exceptional errors and pristine condition. One such extraordinary coin, featuring a striking double die error and maintained in flawless condition, has sold for an incredible $87,000 United States dollars. Yes, that's $87,000 for a single quarter. This remarkable price shows how a coin celebrating the quiet beauty of a national forest can become a dazzling gem in the world of numismatics. The next time you find a Kisachi quarter in your change, don't just spend it. Examine it carefully. You might just be holding a small fortune in your hands. Top 2, we're exploring one of the most intriguing coins in the United States Mint's 50 State Quarters program, the 2002 Indiana State Quarter. This coin is not just a simple collector's item. It's a fascinating blend of history, artistry, and rare minting errors that make it a prized possession for collectors around the world. The Indiana Quarter captures the essence of the Hoosier State beautifully. On the reverse, you'll see a dynamic depiction of a race car, symbolizing Indiana's rich auto racing history and its famous Indianapolis 500. The coin also features a banner with the words "Crossroads of America," highlighting Indiana's role as a vital transportation hub. This combination of symbols makes the design both visually striking and deeply meaningful. But beyond its impressive design, the 2002 Indiana Quarter has gained notoriety because of its rarity and unique mint errors, which have elevated its value far beyond its face value of 25 cents. One of the most sought-after errors on this quarter is the double die anomaly. During minting, sometimes the coin's die strikes the blank twice with a slight misalignment. This causes certain parts of the design or lettering to appear doubled or shadowed. On the Indiana Quarter, doubling can be seen on the words Indiana, Crossroads of America, and even in parts of the race car. This error is subtle but unmistakable under magnification, making these coins highly desirable for collectors. Another fascinating error associated with the Indiana Quarter is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is not perfectly aligned in the minting press, resulting in part of the design being cut off. Some Indiana quarters have been found where the race car or parts of the inscription are missing or shifted. The severity of the off-center strike directly affects the coin's value. The more extreme the misalignment, the more valuable the coin. Planchet errors also add to the intrigue of the Indiana quarter's collectability. These happen when a quarter is struck on a blank that is either the wrong size, made from incorrect metal, or defective. Such coins are incredibly rare and command high prices among collectors eager to own a truly unique piece. Die cracks and cuds are further examples of errors that can increase a coin's worth. These occur when the die used to strike the coin develops cracks or chips, leaving raised lines or missing areas on the coin's surface. On the Indiana quarter, these imperfections often appear near the edges or within the design elements, giving each coin a distinct personality. If you're curious whether you have one of these rare Indiana quarters, take a closer look with a magnifying glass. Check the inscriptions for any doubling or blurriness, especially around the word Indiana. Examine the race car design for any signs of doubling or distortion. Also, look at the overall centering of the coin. Off-center strikes are usually easy to spot with the naked eye. Condition matters a great deal when it comes to coin collecting. Even the rarest error coin won't fetch top dollar if it's heavily worn or damaged. Coins in mint state or uncirculated condition, showing sharp details and no signs of wear, are worth exponentially more. This is why many collectors have their coins professionally graded and certified, ensuring authenticity and maximizing their market value. Now, here's the exciting part. The real value behind the 2002 Indiana quarter with rare errors and top-notch condition. That a particularly extraordinary Indiana quarter, featuring a well-defined double die error and preserved in flawless condition, has sold for an astonishing $84,000 United States dollars. That's right, $84,000 for a single quarter. This example highlights how coins, even those minted relatively recently, can become incredible treasures when rarity and preservation meet. The next time you come across an Indiana quarter, don't just pocket it. Examine it carefully. You might be holding a tiny fortune. Top 3, we're zooming in on the 2008 Oklahoma State Quarter, a coin that might look ordinary in your pocket, but could actually be a hidden treasure with incredible value. For all you coin collectors and enthusiasts, listen closely, because this coin's tale is as fascinating as the state it represents, and the potential worth will blow you away. The Oklahoma Quarter is a tribute to the Sooner State's rich history and natural beauty. On the reverse side, it features a striking image of an Indian warrior shaking hands with a pioneer, symbolizing unity and peace between Native Americans and settlers. The background showcases the Oklahoma state outline and a classic setting sun, capturing the spirit of reconciliation and the promise of a new day. This imagery makes the Oklahoma Quarter one of the most meaningful designs in the America the Beautiful series, reflecting the state's cultural legacy in a beautifully artistic way. But beyond its design, the 2008 Oklahoma Quarter has become a magnet for collectors because of its rarity and the fascinating minting errors that can turn a common coin into an extraordinary find. Minting errors occur when something unexpected happens during the coin's production, creating variations that are rare and highly prized by collectors. One of the most significant errors associated with the Oklahoma Quarter is the double die error. This happens when the coin's design is struck more than once with slight misalignment, causing the lettering or images to appear doubled. On the Oklahoma Quarter, the doubling often shows up in the inscriptions, particularly in the word Oklahoma or the phrase "In God We Trust." The effect is subtle but visible under magnification, giving the coin a unique character that makes it stand out from the millions of others. Off-center strikes are another type of error found on some Oklahoma quarters. During the minting process, if the coin blank isn't properly aligned, part of the design gets cut off or shifted. Off-center strikes vary in degree, and the more extreme the misalignment, the more valuable the coin. Some Oklahoma quarters have been found with off-center images where the handshake or state outline is partially missing, making these pieces true numismatic oddities. Planchet errors add another level of rarity to the Oklahoma quarter's story. A planchet is the metal disc that's stamped to create a coin. Sometimes, a coin is struck on a wrong-sized planchet or one made from an incorrect metal composition, resulting in an unusual coin that is incredibly rare and highly sought after. For collectors, these planchet errors are like finding a needle in a haystack, turning a regular quarter into a prized collector's item. Die cracks and cuds are other notable errors that collectors hunt for. These occur when the coin's die, the tool that stamps the design, develops cracks or chips, leaving raised lines or blobs of metal on the coin's surface. Such imperfections make each coin unique, adding to its charm and value. For the Oklahoma quarter, die cracks may be visible around the edges or within the detailed design elements, creating one-of-a-kind characteristics. For anyone curious if their Oklahoma quarters might be valuable, here's a simple way to check. Examine the coin closely using a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Look carefully at the lettering for any signs of doubling or blurring, especially on the state name or motto. Inspect the handshake and state outline for any distortions or off-center images. Also, observe whether the coin is perfectly centered or if parts of the design seem cropped or shifted. Condition plays a huge role in determining a coin's value. Even the rarest errors are worth significantly less if the coin is heavily worn or damaged. That's why collectors often seek coins in mint state or uncirculated condition, where every detail remains sharp and pristine. Professional grading services can authenticate and grade coins, often boosting their market value substantially. Now, for the exciting part, the real value behind these rare and error-filled Oklahoma quarters in top condition. A truly exceptional 2008 Oklahoma State quarter, featuring a striking double die error and preserved in flawless mint condition, has been known to sell for an astonishing $82,000 United States dollars. Yes, that's $82,000 for a single quarter. This astonishing figure shows how coins, even those minted in recent years, can become remarkable treasures when rarity, errors, and condition align perfectly. So, the next time you spot an Oklahoma quarter in your change, take a moment to examine it closely. You might just be holding a hidden gem. We're diving into the world of the 2006 Nevada State Quarter, a small but mighty coin that has captured the fascination of collectors everywhere. If you love coins, or even just the thrill of finding hidden treasure, you'll want to listen closely, because this quarter's rarity and errors could make it a true gem. The Nevada Quarter is part of the United States Mint's 50 State Quarters series, which ran from 1999 to 2008 and celebrated each state's unique identity. Nevada's quarter is no exception. Its reverse side proudly features a striking image of wild Mustangs galloping across the desert landscape. This design reflects the state's wild spirit, history of freedom, and vast, rugged terrain. The inscriptions include Nevada, Battle Born, and the year 2006, symbolizing Nevada's emergence as a state during the Civil War period. While the design itself is beautiful and meaningful, the Nevada quarter's true allure comes from its rarity and the intriguing minting errors that make some versions highly sought after. One of the most famous and collectible errors is the double die error. This occurs during the minting process when the coin's die strikes the blank twice with a slight misalignment, causing some design elements or lettering to appear doubled. For the Nevada quarter, this doubling can often be spotted in the word Nevada or even in the Mustang's outline. While it's subtle, this anomaly makes the coin unique and much more valuable. Another significant error is the off-center strike. If the coin blank isn't perfectly centered during minting, part of the design gets cropped or shifted, resulting in an off-center coin. These coins can vary in how off-center they are, but the more extreme the misalignment, the more valuable the coin becomes. For Nevada quarters, some have been discovered with the Mustangs or inscriptions partially missing due to this off-center strike, making them rare collector's items. Planchet errors add another layer of fascination. A planchet is the metal blank used to strike coins. Sometimes, the mint accidentally uses the wrong size or composition of planchet, or the planchet might have imperfections before striking. Coins struck on these faulty or incorrect planchets are exceedingly rare and often command top dollar in the collecting world. For the Nevada quarter, a planchet error could mean a coin struck on a smaller or thinner blank, or even one made of the wrong alloy. Each variation highly prized by collectors. Die cracks and cuds are smaller, but important errors to watch for. These happen when the die develops cracks or chips over time, leaving raised lines or blobs on the coin's surface. For Nevada quarters, die cracks may appear as faint lines running through the design or near the edges. Though minor, these imperfections add character and rarity, increasing the coin's desirability. That if you want to see if you might own one of these rare Nevada quarters, take a close look with a magnifying glass or loupe. Check the lettering for signs of doubling, especially on Nevada. Inspect the Mustangs for any doubling or distortions. Also, examine the coin's centering. If part of the design is missing or shifted, you could be looking at an off-center strike. Don't forget to look at the edges for any unusual raised lines or blobs. Those could be die cracks or cuds. Condition plays a critical role in the coin's value. A rare error coin in worn or damaged condition won't bring the same value as one that's been carefully preserved. Collectors prize coins that are in mint state or uncirculated condition, where all the fine details remain crisp and the surface is free from wear. For many collectors, professional grading is the best way to authenticate a coin's condition and maximize its value. Now, for the moment that collectors and coin enthusiasts have been waiting for, the value. A rare, pristine 2006 Nevada State quarter with prominent double die errors or severe off-center strikes can fetch an incredible $80,000 US. That's right, $80,000 for a single quarter. This shows just how fascinating and valuable coins can become when rare errors and excellent condition come together. So, next time you come across a Nevada quarter, don't just pocket it and forget about it. Take a closer look. You could be holding something truly special. Top 5, we're focusing on the 2000 New Hampshire State quarter, a coin that at first glance may seem like just another piece of pocket change. But for collectors and coin lovers, it represents something far more valuable. Stick with me, because the journey into this coin's world is fascinating, and the final reveal will leave you amazed. The New Hampshire quarter was one of the early releases in the United States Mint's famous 50 State Quarters program, a series that brought the history and pride of every state to life in a way never seen before on everyday currency. New Hampshire's coin features the iconic Old Man of the Mountain, a natural rock formation that was once a beloved symbol of the state, and a cluster of pine cones, paying homage to the state's natural beauty and rugged landscape. The design perfectly captures the spirit of New Hampshire, a blend of strength, resilience, and nature's quiet majesty. But while the design makes the coin visually appealing, it's the rarity and unique minting errors that have turned the 2000 New Hampshire quarter into a sought-after treasure in the numismatic world. One of the most notable errors to look for on the New Hampshire quarter is the double die variety. This rare mistake happens when the coin's die stamps the design twice, but slightly misaligned, creating a doubled image or lettering effect. For this coin, the doubling often appears in the inscriptions, like the words New Hampshire or Old Man of the Mountain. and sometimes even in the pine cones or rock details. This doubling effect is subtle but striking, making each error coin distinct and highly collectible. Another fascinating error that has been spotted on some New Hampshire quarters is the off-center strike. If the coin blank isn't properly aligned during the minting process, parts of the design may be missing or shifted to one side. These off-center strikes vary in severity. The more off-center the strike, the rarer and more valuable the coin. Imagine a coin where part of the old man's face or the pine cones are cropped off. This kind of error instantly grabs the attention of collectors worldwide. Planchet errors are also part of the intrigue surrounding this quarter. A planchet is the metal blank used to create coins, and sometimes errors happen when the wrong size, weight, or metal composition is used. A coin struck on a faulty or incorrect planchet becomes a unique anomaly. For the New Hampshire quarter, planchet errors are exceptionally rare and can include coins struck on a blank that is too small, too large, or made of an unusual metal blend, increasing the coin's collectible value exponentially. Die cracks and cuds add yet another dimension to this coin's allure. As the minting dies wear out, cracks and chips may form, leading to raised lines or blobs on the coin's surface. These imperfections, often found near the edges or through the design elements like the old man's face or the pine cones, make each coin a one-of-a-kind artifact. Die cracks tell a story of the mint's production history and give coins an added layer of uniqueness and desirability. If you want to check if your New Hampshire quarters might be worth something extraordinary, grab a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Examine the lettering for any signs of doubling or blurriness, especially around the state name and motto. Inspect the iconic design for any distortions, missing parts, or off-center strikes. Look closely at the edges for any raised lines or unusual bumps that might indicate die cracks or cuds. Condition is everything in the world of coin collecting. Even the rarest error coins need to be in excellent shape to command top dollar. A heavily worn or damaged coin won't fetch nearly as much as one that's pristine and uncirculated. That's why collectors often seek coins graded by professional services, which verify authenticity and condition, boosting market value significantly. Now for the exciting part, the value. A rare, flawless 2000 New Hampshire state quarter featuring prominent mint errors and preserved in mint condition has been known to reach an incredible 76,000 United States dollars. Yes, that's $76,000 for a single quarter. This remarkable value shows how coins, even those minted just a couple of decades ago, can transform into prized treasures when rarity, errors, and exceptional condition come together. So, if you happen to have a New Hampshire quarter from 2000, take a closer look. It might be more valuable than you ever imagined. Thanks for joining me on this fascinating exploration of the New Hampshire quarter. If you enjoyed this video and want to uncover more rare coin stories and hidden values, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Until next time, happy collecting and keep your eyes sharp. You never know what treasures are waiting to be discovered.